Good morning, party people. I am up here near this old mining equipment. Came up here to take my morning shit. Had a really great night last night at that campsite. It's definitely one of the best campsites that we've had, I think. There were a couple hikers that came through super early in the morning. A lot of these hikers that were hiking around just start at like freaking 4 in the morning and shit. Like, way too early for me. But we did have a nice sunrise. Saw that little clip at the beginning there. I didn't get out of my tent for the prettiest part, but once I finally got out, I took that clip for you. We have about 6 miles to the water cache where we will fill up for the rest of the day, and we're shooting for this cabin at 18 to 19 miles from here. This cabin is a 1/4 mile off trail, so it'll be a 1/2 mile round trip, but it's the only water source before town. And it seems like it's a popular spot for people to overnight. It seems like it's sort of like an AT shelter, but maybe it looks a little nicer from the pictures. So that's the goal. Maybe we'll decide to go farther from there, but I think we'll probably just end up wanting to stay there because it's a cabin. Anyway, I'm about to get moving and get this day started. They got a hiker box, first aid stuff. And then they also have multiple boxes of battery banks to charge your stuff. Pretty cool. Bunch of books here. I don't know who's going to sit here and read a book, but still cool nonetheless. Coming up from that water cache, which was beyond this mountain here. It's been a great morning so far. I kind of dilly-dallied around a little bit this morning, but I feel like I'm cruising now. Super appreciative of the water cache. I don't know if you caught all that, but they had battery banks for hikers to charge all their stuff. They had a big first aid kit. They had saws and gloves for anyone who wanted to help clear the trail as they walked, which is crazy. I can't imagine many hikers go for that. We're probably about 8 in for the day. Got about an hour until I want to stop and take lunch. These purple flowers are always really pretty. They stand out so much against the brown and the greens. It's pretty much the main colors that we see, but anything that differs from that just stands out like crazy. And I'm sure the videos don't do it justice. Fireball update number 2. Chap again talked to her yesterday. She ended up not going rafting. I think she just ended up in fucking town. She did like a few short miles out, and she wasn't feeling well, so she was going to start hiking backwards so that she would meet up with us sooner. And then I think she just ended up staying wherever she was at. Who the fuck knows? The plan now is, I guess she's meeting us at Kennedy Meadows. She's going to either slow down or just hang out there like all the other hikers and wait for us. So I'm gonna go 5'9". 59% chance of never seeing her again. I've been hearing a lot of things about Kennedy Meadows and the Sierra, and you don't really know who to listen to or what's true. I know some people are starting to enter the Sierra. We've heard that a lot of those people are taking crampons with them. If you don't know what that is, it's sort of like micro spikes, but the spikes are much larger. We also heard that there are 50 plus people just hanging out at Kennedy Meadows waiting for snow to melt. which I don't really understand because I believe the Sierras have snow on them, you know, pretty much up through like July, August. Like, the snow doesn't just go away. I realize that the longer you wait, the better the situation will probably be, but then you're going to have a lot more issues with forest fires. Chap and I have talked about it a lot. I think our plan currently is to go into Kennedy Meadows, definitely stay there for like a day, get all of our things together, and then we're planning on just going for it. I think by that time enough people will have been, you know, in the Sierras. We'll be able to hear how others are doing, and with all these hikers balled up there at Kennedy Meadows, we can probably bounce ideas off other hikers and, you know, figure out what sounds best. I really can't believe that we're going to be there in just a handful of days. Today's lunch, half a jar of peanut butter. Just kidding. It's actually half a jar of peanut butter and a whole bunch of pepperonis that I already ate. Every day this resupply, I've done peanut butter and pepperonis for lunch. And I bought all this food, and I thought I was gonna have so much left over that it was just so much food. And it's gone. I have no more snacks left. I have like an extra dinner, but that's it. So I know Chap has been talking about this on his channel, so I guess I should mention it as well. The other morning when we were getting ready to leave Tehachapi, we were still in the hotel room, and I was doing my chores in my Hollywood t-shirt, packing everything up. He pulls his phone out to vlog, and he does his thing, and then he pans the camera over to me, and he says something like, "And Hollywood over here." And when he called me that, I think a light bulb both went off in both of our minds, because he said aloud, you know, that would be a good trail name for you. And meanwhile, at the same time, I'm thinking, yeah, Hollywood, like that would be a pretty cool fucking name. So I think he kind of threw that out there on his channel, like asking people, you know, what do you think about Hollywood over Hammer? And I haven't decided anything. I'm still Hammer at the moment, but you know, I'm a different person now. To be honest, the main reason I took the name Hammer was because of who gave it to me. The story behind it really isn't all that funny. I was just tall and always hitting my head on shit, you know, on the AT shelters, and you know, he started calling me Hammerhead, and then Hammer stuck. So it's not like a crazy awesome story, but it's also become part of who I am, you know, through this channel and everything else. It's like, yeah, I'm Hammer hikes. That's my deal. But I don't know. What do you guys think? I want to know your opinion. What do you think on the trail name Hollywood, or maybe Hollywood Hammer, or Hollywood Ham? I don't know. And just in general, what do you think about switching trail names? Or what do you think about just having a different trail name for each trail? Which I've heard about. You know, I've heard of a lot of people doing that. Is, you know, each of these long trails, you just kind of start over. And whatever comes your way is what you are on that trail. I don't know. Maybe that'll be Hollywood for this guy. Lost the trail a few times in the last hour. Not by much, but a lot of these blowdowns, I'm not really sure where the trail's even supposed to be. So all these trees are down. Been on this dirt road here for quite a bit. I have a feeling that means that we're very close to this cabin. However, I forgot that we have a quarter-mile hike to the cabin. So that kind of sucks, but only a quarter mile. Looks like they got a shitter. Doesn't look to be in the best shape. Feels like the floor's gonna fucking fall through. Pretty fucking eerie, if you ask me. Nice little tent site right here. Chap's gonna take up there. We're not gonna sleep in that fucking cabin. It's freaking nasty in there. It's probably fucking mouse central in there. But there's a registry in there, and it looks like a few of the people that I started with were kind of gaining on it. They're only like 2 days ahead of us now. They were like a week ahead of us, so I'm not sure what happened there. But yeah, this puts us at like just shy of 20 for the day, and we have like 8 to the road tomorrow, and our ride's set up to be there at 11 o'clock, so we're in good shape. And yeah, excited for a nice campsite and short day into town tomorrow. I'm pretty stoked. I haven't been using the Injinji sock liners this past 5 days or whatever, because I had like, I don't know if it was fucking athlete's foot or some shit. I had like cuts all in between my toes and shit. And I didn't want the toe socks cutting into them even more, making them bleed and shit. So I've just been using the Darn Toughs, and I think my feet are at that point where I can get away without the sock liner, which is sweet, because that's one less thing I have to worry about. Them things need replaced quite often. I wore them for most of the AT, but I did hit a point where I just didn't really need them anymore. And I feel like, yeah, I may not need them anymore on this trail, so I'm happy about that. Out here on the porch of the cabin, I'm about to fuck up a ramen bomb. We got baby reds. We got sriracha chicken, or sriracha tuna, and chicken ramen. I just finished up with dinner. We ate down at the cabin with a few others, and I came back up to my tent to lay down because it's starting to get cold out, and I noticed the wind has brought dirt all into my tent, and that was with the vestibule completely closed. I think Chap might have had half his tent open. He said there's like a layer of dirt in his entire tent. But this kind of sucks. I'm gonna be getting hit in the face with fucking dirt all night. But what are you gonna do? I'm not turning this tent around. It seems like the wind's going all different directions too anyway. Tomorrow we have 8 hopefully easy downhill miles to Walker Pass, where we will get a ride to Ridgecrest for a nice Nero. I'm going to say good night. Mike Haranica, I love you, sir. No one's gonna know who that is. And it's no one that's ever gonna see this, but this is turning into people that I am inspired by rather than just people that I love, because I'm running out of fucking friends and family to give shout outs to, and it's become quite a chore to think of people. So this is going to turn into people that I'm inspired by. That word has been on my mind recently. Inspiring and being inspired by. So Mike Haranica, you've inspired a lot of my life, so thank you, sir. Good fucking night. Morning all. It's just before 6 o'clock. Just starting to get moving. You're not gonna believe this. Or maybe you will. It's probably the most believable fucking thing in the world now, but this goddamn sleeping pad was flat again through the middle of the night. So I woke up all pissed off. I blew it up, laid back down, tried to go back to sleep, and within 15 minutes, it was flat again. So I got up, turned on the red light with my headlamp, and I flipped over the fucking pad, and I went over it for like 2 minutes, and I found it with a bare eye. I took a pen, you know, like an ink pen, to try to circle the hole so that I could patch it. and the point of the pen went straight into the hole, so it was a large hole. I patched it in my tent and then looked at the clock and realized it was like 5. It was just before 5 o'clock, so I could have just waited on it, but I don't really know what to do. I take pretty good care of it. Like, I'm not rough with it. I clean my tent out every night. I have no idea what put the hole in this sleeping pad. I looked all over, you know, tried to see if there was like a rock or something in here. I don't know, but what am I going to do? I had the same issue on the AT with the thermarest, but I patched the thermarest 3 times on the AT throughout the entire hike. This is the 3rd time I've patched this thing, and I've been out here for, what, 52 days now? Not even 2 months. It's fucking ridiculous. But anyway, I'm gonna start getting my breakfast together and get ready for a nice Nero. We're on trail hiking before 7 o'clock. That's a win any day for me. Got about 8.3 to Walker Pass, and we're thinking we might have some trail magic, but I don't want to jinx it. So knock on wood. I see some snow-covered peaks in the distance back there. That must be where we're headed. Stopped on this rock. Seemed like a good rock for a break. Perfect seat. Didn't even have to take my pack off. And then I realized that we've already done 5.2. It hasn't even been 2 hours. So we only have three on the dot left to Walker Pass. So I will not feel guilty about taking this break. We are coming up on the trailhead, and I see right there a little tent, which to me says trail magic. We got Patrick hooking it up again. Chili cheese dogs. He's got a bunch of drinks. Booze, chips, all kind of good stuff. It's super cool.
Fabulous. Can I take your picture? You're like my hero. Also,
Bye bye, trail magic. That was a good one. Thank you very much, Patrick. Had a great time yet again. Very appreciative of everything. He had his awesome chili cheese dogs again. And especially thank you for the beer. We always appreciate beer. Yeah, especially first thing in the morning. Just makes for a great day. We are with Freight Train and is it Freight Train? Trainwreck and Clear. They're up ahead of us, and they are sharing our ride. And she should be here any minute, so we have to do this last 0.8 to get to actual Walker Pass. This was the campground.
You want to know when we were going to be here.
Aww.
He is. He said he had a bunch of, I said, I hope you didn't take off work for this.
But I used to bartend part-time.
Probably 2011 or something. And Shady Jack.
We are in Ridgecrest at the American Inn and Suites. This is a little glimpse of our room for $70 for the night. This is pretty damn good. I'm happy with that. We got all showered. They don't really do laundry here, but they help the hikers. So he told us to bring our laundry to the front desk there, that they would take care of it. So we're waiting on our clothes to dry. And then I think we're gonna go try to find some food somewhere. We're back out of the hotel in the sweltering heat. It just feels like it's freaking 20 degrees hotter here for whatever reason. But we're gonna walk, try to get our resupply. There's a Walmart up here. The package that I had sent to the hotel, my SIM cards, it's not arriving today. It is arriving next Wednesday. So it was a little bit of a shit show. I thought I was gonna have to eat the money that I spent on SIM cards, but the folks at the hotel were super friendly and nice, and they're willing to help me out. So we printed out the return label. I was able to get everything returned, and then whenever that shit arrives next week, you know, he said he would just slap the return label on it and ship it out for me. So appreciative of that. American Inn Suites, give them your business. Just leaving Walmart. We got the Walmart resupply. We'll go over all that shit with you when we get back to the hotel. We're both fucking starving. I can't believe we didn't get a whole mess of extra shit. All right, here's a disorganized mess of my resupply for the next 3 days. We're gonna be doing the cookies again for breakfasts. For lunches, I'm gonna try these refried beans. Chap got a box of rice, so I'll take some of that rice too and do like a rice and beans kind of deal. And then for dinner, we got nothing but ramen. Per usual, I got 2 new Smart Water bottles because the other ones are getting kind of grody. Snickers, Fritos, all the same old shit. Peanut butter. I needed more sunscreen. They had these $1 hot sauces, so I'm psyched to have some hot sauce, and then I can refill this in restaurants and stuff later on. Trail Mix Sour Patch Kids. Actually, I got this for another lunch, and I never did these before, so we'll give that a go. Had a really great dinner here at Christie's. The wings were banging, the burger melt was banging, all good stuff. I know I'm going to be hungry again in about an hour, so then I'll kill that salad that I bought. But right now I'm nice and full and happy, and we're just going to make our way back to the motel. One of the other hikers invited us out for drinks, but I think we're both just wanting to lay in a bed at the moment. 3 patches on this piece of junk. 1, 2, 3. This is the one from this morning. Just wanted to blow it up and leave it go for a while to make sure we're good. When I slept on it after I patched it, it seemed fine, but I think I only had about an hour and a half until we got up, so just to make sure, we'll let it go. Don't know what I'm doing wrong. Okay, so Chap and I have been having issues with our filters since Mission Creek. Mission Creek was just full of like sediment and dirt and all kind of shit, so our filter has been really slow. We've been trying to find new filters and just haven't had any luck. This is a trick I learned from Frozen, actually. So this is half water and half vinegar. And I've been leaving this guy soak in here for the last couple hours, so I want to back flush it and see what comes out of it. Actually, not that bad. Now let's see how quick it flows proper direction. Much better. It's like a brand new filter. Good stuff. Gonna say goodbye to the old bottles. They probably got shit growing in them. It's always kind of sad. I feel like they have sentimental value, but they're going bye-bye. I'm gonna go bye-bye too, at least for the night. Our ride's coming at 10 tomorrow, so we'll have a little bit of a leisurely morning, so I'll get caught up with you guys then. I'm gonna sit in this bed and get caught up with my YouTube shit and hopefully get a good night's sleep. I will talk to all you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a great night. I fucking love you, Brad Pitt. Good night, everybody.